Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, I'm going to show you guys how to update the software on your Deadpool Stern pinball machine. And the reason why I said that so specifically is because, well, it's the only machine I have. Now, if you're a pinball pro in regards to you know how to do all this stuff, then why are you even watching this video? One of the reasons I'm making this video is because I really don't have any other videos to make, and I thought I'd just share my experience for anybody who might possibly be looking to get into, buying a pinball machine. So once again, I'm just sharing my learning experience, kind of like I did way long ago when I first got into arcade cabinets. Now the thing is, these newer pinball machines, it's like or it basically is a computer if you think about it, but you can update the game, you can update software. You don't have to, but you can. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is, so, it's not really intimidating at all. So you can see right now, everything's working fine. There's really no reason for me to update it. I haven't had any issues. Some people have had issues with the previous revision of the hardware or of the software. I never had any issues, but I still want to update just for the heck of it. So let me show you how we go about doing that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you where you need to go to download your code. Now obviously I have a Deadpool Stern pinball machine, so I'm going to go to sternpinball.com. Now once you're there, you want to go over to the support section right here and go to game code. Now here you can search by game, dates, whatever. If you take a look at everything, you can see all the various game codes they have for the various pinball machines. Now I have a Deadpool Premium, and I'm looking for code 0.98. Here you can see the Pro, Premium, Limited Edition. So this is the one I want right here. Now I also got a README file, and if you click on this right here, well, there's your file. And it just gives some general information, tells you how to update the machine. But what's really nice is they tell you the differences between the new code as compared to what the old code offered. Now one thing that got my attention is right here, added support for topper. So it almost seems like maybe Stern is going to be releasing a Deadpool topper, and even though I have a third-party topper, I'd be interested to see what Stern has to offer. Now once you're ready to download your code, find the one you want and you download it. Pretty simple. Now it's going to arrive in zip format, and you're going to have to extract it. You can use 7-zip, WinZip, whatever extracting tool you prefer. I myself had already got this right here. And once you extract it, these are the files that you're going to need. Now, you got to take your USB stick, put it in your computer. And I have one right here. Now you can see I have the old code on there, the 0.97 code. So we want to get rid of that. We want to have nothing on the USB stick, and we want it to be completely free of anything. So I'm just going to erase those. Now your USB stick needs to be FAT32. Why it's called that, I have no clue. I'm probably not even saying it right. I'm not a computer guy. So right here you can see my USB stick appears to be completely empty. Folder is empty. If you go to properties, you can see right here, file system FAT32. Now, sometimes, what's this right here? Cancel. Sometimes, even though you erase everything, you'll see something like it'll say 3.65 gigabytes free of, 3.74, whatever the case may be. What I like to do just in case is I like to format my USB stick. I just go for a quick format, and what that does is it completely erases everything off of there. You can see, got a little warning here. Shouldn't take too long. And there you go. So now I know my stick is 100% empty. We're going to take the files that we need right here, and we're just going to copy them to the USB stick. Now my system is running a little slow. As you can see, it's barely loading on, but once it's there, you're good to go. And then you just take your stick out, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is actually downloading the files into your pinball machine. So we'll just stop the video right here, and let's go on to the next part. Okay, so now that you see how we actually get the software, let's move on to the next step. And what we're going to do is get access to our back box here. Let's go ahead and open it up. And of course, we're going to remove the marquee. I'm going to put the camera down now just so I have two hands available. Alright, so now we have access to our back box. First thing you definitely want to do is make sure your pinball machine is off. Make sure there's no lights going on or anything. Just shut the whole thing down. But when you have access to your back box, once you find your main board right here, you'll see right there, and your board may be a little bit different. You got some USB ports. So we're just going to take our USB drive, stick it into one, and there we go. Next thing we want to do is actually raise our bottom screen back up. And the reason is because it's going to give you instructions on what you need to do next once you turn everything on. So you got your USB stick with the new software installed in there. It's connected to your main board. Now we're going to turn on our pinball. Alright, you can see right there, game code update starting up. Now, here's where you gotta select what type of update you want to do. Real easy to do. So, next step, open up your door, and you're gonna use this guy right here, and you're just gonna follow the instructions that are listed right there. Alright. So press negative, positive to choose, press select to update, press back to exit. And there you can see it says DEADPOOL LE, which is the same for premium, 0.98. We're going to go for a full update. Unpack failed. Let's try this again. We're going to try this one more time. Alright, so it is failing. It could be because of my USB drive. Believe it or not, people have issues and you have to just select a different USB drive. So I'm going to try that and we'll see what happens. Alright, so right here I decided I was going to try a different USB stick, and I loaded up the program. I put it in, and invalid SPK file. Now basically when that happens, it means that your USB stick is just not compatible and usable to upgrade your software. So that was no good. Alright, so this time it looks like we're good to go. I actually removed the code and then I reloaded it. Well, it looks like it failed again. Might just have to get another stick. Alright, so what I did here is I went back to my first USB stick and I tried that again. It didn't work. I removed the files, I reformatted the USB stick, reloaded it, and as you can see, or as you will see, everything started to work properly. So again, one of the issues you have to deal with is just finding the right USB stick, and it may fail the first time. You might have to try it a few times. If after a few times it doesn't work out, then you might need to buy a brand new USB stick. It's just a trial and error. I've read on the forums where some people, they'll have a known working USB stick, they'll try it with one pinball game, everything works, no problems. They'll use the same USB stick and try and update a different game, and it's a no-go. So just be prepared for that. Buy yourself a couple different ones. Hopefully you'll find one that works perfectly all the time. In fact, the USB stick that I'm using, I think if I remember correctly, it wasn't even loading properly. And what I mean is I put it inside the USB slot on the main board to the pinball, and I turned on the pinball and it's like nothing was there. It just turned on normally. So, my USB stick, it was a cheap one. Looks cool, but I think I got it in a subscription pack. Had to mess around with it a few times, but eventually it did work. So, take that for what you will. And now, as you can see, it's just loading. Nothing really more to see here, but yeah. Alright, so as we're progressing, now you can see the game code update is verifying. And once again, it's just a little waiting game. Nothing too extravagant. You just sit there and wait. I think I went to go get myself a drink or something. It shouldn't really take that long. Maybe a couple minutes. You can see the progression as it's going right here. And we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And we're waiting some more. And right now you can see it's just about finishing up. And we have success. And now, there you go. Update complete, remove USB memory stick, power cycle game. Alright, and what you're looking at right here is I just removed the USB. I power cycled the game, and there you can see it's loaded up at version 0.98. It's just updating the node boards right now. Doesn't take too long. Update successful. And there you are. That's all there is to it. Hopefully, if you have to do this, you won't have too many issues. If you do, well, just take the advice I gave you. Hopefully, it'll do you good. You know, just it's not really that intimidating, but if you've never done it before, you're probably going to be, you know, real careful. You don't want to mess anything up. You know, it's easy. It really is. The biggest issue is just finding a compatible USB stick, and that's all. So there you are. If you have any questions, let me know. I can hopefully answer them. Again, I'm not a pro at this stuff. I'm just barely learning all this new pinball stuff. So as I learn, I'll be making videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy these videos. So there you are. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.